In the 15th sloka of the 9th chapter, Krishna spoke about three kinds of jnanis. Ekatvena, Prathakvena, Vishvato Mukham. Ekatvena worshippers are those who worship Krishna in oneness, considering themselves to be God, and their worship is called Ahanghara Upasana. Second category, Prathakvena worshippers worship Krishna in diversity. They worship many demigods, and their worship is called Pratikopasana. And the third category of worshippers are Vishvatomukham worshippers. They worship Krishna in universal form, considering Krishna is everything, and their worship is called Vishwarupa Upasana. And Krishna in the 16th sloka till 19th sloka described Vishwarupa Upasakas, the universal form worshippers, who consider Krishna to be everything, every element of the sacrifice. He is the mother, he is the father, he is the grandfather, he is everything practically, that we have seen. And there is a second category, that is demigod worshippers, Prathakvena worshippers, fine, who do Pratikopasana. Krishna will describe about them now. 20th sloka. Traividyamam somapa putapapa
Traividyamam somapa putapapa
Yagnairištva svargatim prarthayante
Yagnairištva svargatim prarthayante
Te punyamasadya surendra lokam
Te punyamasadya surendra lokam
Ashnanti divyan divideva bhogan
Ashnanti divyan divideva bhogan
Traividya mam somapaha putapapa. There are demigod worshippers, the knowers of three Vedas. They the Traividyamam means they know the three Vedas, and Somapaha, they drink Soma juice. Puta Papa, Papa means sins, Puta means purified. They are purified of all sins. Yagnaihi Ishtva Svargatim Prarthayante. They perform yajna. They perform so many sacrifices, and Svargaihi Prarthayante, they aspire to go to heavenly planets. Okay, their aspiration is to go to Svarga. Te Punyam Asadya Surendra Lokam, they attain piety. Punyam Asadya means they attain lot of pious credits, material piety, and Surendra Lokam, they enter the planet of the king of heavens, basically Svargaloka. And Ashnanti Divyan Divi Deva Bhogan, and there they enjoy all the heavenly celestial pleasures. Divi Deva Bhogan. So by worshipping demigods, people will enter the heavenly planets and enjoy very high class sense gratification. Fine. That's what Krishna says in this sloka. So to attain that heaven, one should have piety. Punyam asadya surendra lokam. You cannot go to surendra lokam so easily. You should have piety. That comes through performing so many Vedic rituals prescribed in the scriptures. Okay. So people who are very well versed in the three Vedas, Sama, Yajur and Rig Vedas, they are called Trivedis. Okay. Therefore Krishna herein declares himself to be the ultimate goal of the Trivedis. Actual Trivedis take shelter under the lotus feet of Krishna and engage in pure devotional service to satisfy the Lord. Okay. And the demigods are Indra, Chandra, Varuna, Vayu, all these people, they go to higher planets. Some people may even go to Maharloka, Janaloka, Tapoloka, higher planetary systems. But wherever you go, as we discussed in the previous chapter, Abrahma Bhavanaloka, Punaravartino Arjuna, there is repeated birth and death. 21st sloka. Tetam bhuktva svargalokam vishalam
Tetam bhuktva svargalokam vishalam
Kshine punye martyalokam vishanti
Kshine punye martyalokam vishanti
Evam trayi dharma manuprapanna
Evam trayi dharma manuprapanna
Gatagatam kama kama labhante.
Gatagatam kama kama labhante.
Now Krishna says, in the 20th sloka Krishna said that people perform pious activities and go to heavenly planet and enjoy high grade engagement, high grade enjoyment. Okay, sense gratification. Now Tetam Bhuktva, after going there, these people will enjoy high grade sense gratification in Svargalokam Vishalam, in the big abode, in the very spacious abode of Svargaloka, and do what? kshine punye martyalokam vishanti. When the pious credits of these people are exhausted, they will come back to this martyaloka, which is earthly planet. You need pious credits, the currency of pious credits, to enter this special amusement park of heavenly planets. And you spend the money there, spend that pious credits there in return of sense gratification. Once your pious credits are exhausted, kshine punya, come back to this planet, martyalokam vishanti. Okay? It's like entertaining. A person gets entertainment in a place to the degree he can spend money. If there is no money, no entertainment. Same thing is with heavens. Evam trayi dharma manuprapanna gatagatam kama kama labhante. Thus such pleasure seekers who follow the Vedic rites achieve only repeated birth and death. See? Trayi dharma manuprapanna. They strictly follow the Trayi dharmam. Trayi is like three Vedas. All the different rituals and prescribed activities mentioned in the three Vedas, they follow that. They attain punya. They go to Swarga and they get exhausted. Their pious credits gets exhausted and they come back to this planet. Gatagatam kama kama labhante. In their attempt to pursue their sense gratificatory desires, they will only encounter repeated birth and death. Sometimes birth in the earthly planet, sometimes birth in the heavenly planet. Again birth in the earthly planet, again in the heavenly planet. And in their attempts to perform some pious activities, if they do some mistakes, they may not go to heaven. They may go to hell also. They may degrade also. Fine. The rules and regulations are very strict. If you strictly follow all these Vedic karmakandic sacrifices, you will attain higher destinations. If there are some mistakes, again you will have to encounter reactions. One may even enter hell also. One may enter lower species also. So, going to heavenly planets is not the highest aspiration of a pure spirit soul who is a fragmental part of Krishna. One should consider going back to Supreme Lord Krishna and serve him eternally. So, see this. He who has not attained perfection of knowledge as indicated in Vedanta Sutra, or in other words, he who fails to understand Krishna, the cause of all causes, becomes baffled about achieving the ultimate goal of life and is thus subjected to routine of being promoted to higher planets and then again coming down as if situated on a Ferris wheel. Going up, coming down, going up, coming down. That's what they get. 22nd sloka. So 22nd sloka is not exactly demigod worship. 20 and 21 are about demigod worship. 23, 24, 25 are also about demigod worship. But 22nd sloka, in this context, to show a contrast, Krishna will give a beautiful Bhakti Yoga verse in this section. 22nd sloka. Ananyas chintayanto mam ye janaha paryupasate tesham nityabhiyuktanam yogakshemam vahamyaham. This is a very beautiful shloka, very important shloka, very hope-giving shloka. Ananyas chintayanto mam. Again Krishna is speaking about Ananya Bhakti. If one does not think of anything else other than Krishna, Ananyaha chintayanto mam. Mam means me, Krishna. Chintayanto means meditating on, focusing on, thinking about. Ananya means without any deviation. Ananyas chintayanto mam. Ye janaha paryupasate. The person who constantly worships me, always thinking of me alone, without any deviation in the mind. What will happen to such a person? Krishna says, Tesham nitya abhiyuktanam. Again Krishna just re-emphasizes, Tesham, for such a person who is nitya yuktanam, who is constantly engaged. Nitya, satatam, these are the words Krishna is using. Somebody may say, I will go and worship Krishna for 2 days or 3 days, or I will perform some vrata for 1 week, or I will take some diksha for 40 days, or I will do this, or I will do that, I will do this vrata. No, Krishna is expecting nitya. Krishna is expecting satatam, constantly, every day. Ahaituki apratihata. If there are no expectations in return, if there is no deviation in the mind, if there is no interruption in the practice, if there is only continuity, then what you will get? Yoga kshemam vahamyaham. Then Krishna will take care of your yoga and kshema completely. This one line is very important line. Yoga kshemam vahami aham. 4 points are there, 4 words are there in this one line. First 3 lines are clear, right? First 3 lines, the import of the first 3 lines is simple. You should constantly engage in Krishna's remembrance without any deviation. Okay? If you do that, yoga kshema vahami aham. Let's elaborate on this next few minutes. Yoga refers to, yoga is what? Basic meaning? Linking with the Supreme. Okay? In that sense, yoga means a devotee's attempt to worship Krishna. A devotee's endeavors to approach Krishna, to serve Krishna. That is called yoga. Fine? So, yoga means a devotee's approach towards Krishna is yoga. And kshema means Krishna's approach towards the devotee. Fine? So, if you approach Krishna through your yoga, Krishna will approach you by causing you kshema. Kshema means giving you protection. Fine? The Krishna's merciful protection is kshema. So, Krishna is mercifully protecting us means Krishna is reciprocating with our endeavors to worship Him. When you do yoga, He will take care of your kshema. And if you do yoga sincerely, even if some demoniac people are obstructing your yoga at times, Krishna will make sure that you will not be interrupted or affected by those interruptions. Prahalad was constantly worshipping Krishna. He was trying to connect with Krishna. Yoga. And Hiranyakashipu was trying to create obstacles in his yoga. But could he create? No. Why? Because Krishna is worshipping. Krishna is reciprocating with Prahalad's devotion and he is always protecting his devotion. Krishna is simultaneously protecting Prahalad's body, physical body, and internal consciousness also. He is so eager. So Krishna says, okay, you continue to be eager. Okay. So, yoga and kshema. Krishna helps the devotee to achieve Krishna consciousness by yoga. And when he becomes fully Krishna conscious, he protects him from falling down to a miserable condition of life. So it is Krishna who helps us to come to Bhakti Yoga. And once you come to Bhakti Yoga, and if you continue to practice Bhakti Yoga with certain sincerity, Krishna will constantly help you to intensify your practice through the scriptures, through other devotees, through acharyas, through creating various opportunities to render service. So Krishna will constantly protect you. Protection is not only in some calamity. Protection is actually protection of consciousness. Protection of our enthusiasm to perform bhakti. So Krishna will constantly protect our enthusiasm to perform bhakti if at all we are eager for it. So sometimes you may feel that, okay, let me just relax. I will not chant today, or I will not read today, I will not do this, I will not do certain devotional activity. Somewhere some voice from within is telling you. Or some devotee will just come, hey, come, you cannot be sitting here. He will just pull you there. So it's Krishna who is protecting you. When you are getting lax in your devotional service, another devotee is coming and supporting you, or giving you counseling, or giving you inspiration, or bringing you out of that deviation or some distraction. That's all Krishna's protection. Yoga kshemam vahamiham. Kshema is not just material prosperity as many people think. Many people think that kshema means I will be very prosperous. I will be always protected. I will have wealth. Krishna promised in Bhagavad Gita, yoga kshemam vahamiham, and I am so poor. I am not getting this job, or I am not getting promotion. I am not getting good ranks. The kshema that Krishna is promising is on a spiritual plane. Sometimes an insignificant byproduct of that kshema could be some material welfare and prosperity also. It could be. It may be. So Pandavas, for example, they attained a lot of material prosperity towards the end of their lives after Kurukshetra war. But throughout their life, most part of their life, they are just fighting. They are just in Ajnatavasa or in Vanavasa, or they are being cheated by Kauravas in various ways. They were undergoing so many calamities. Even if they attained Indraprastha kingdom, still Duryodhana was constantly envying them and creating some obstacles or the other. Okay. Rajasuya sacrifice he wanted to do, and suddenly Shishupal comes and does something, and Krishna protects. Okay. So point is, even during the calamities, also Krishna is doing the Yogakshemam Vahamyaham of Pandavas. Even when they are successful also he is doing that. So the protection of Krishna need not come as a material welfare. Okay. Protection of Krishna is on a spiritual plane. So one needs to understand, if our consciousness is still fixed on Krishna's lotus feet without any deviation, if we are still having the enthusiasm and eagerness to, perform bhakti, that is because Krishna is doing Yogakshemam Vahamyaham. Krishna is protecting us. His protection is on a spiritual plane. Yoga is your endeavor, your efforts to approach Krishna. Kshema is Krishna's reciprocation to that approach. Drishtva parishramam Krishna kripayasit svabandhani. In the Damodar Leela, this shloka comes. Parishrama, a devotee does parishrama, and Krishna shows kripa. Similarly, a devotee performs yoga, and Krishna will take care of kshema. And when Krishna says yoga kshema vahamyaham, I will take care of your yoga, also means he is the one who is inspiring us to come to this bhakti yoga platform, and he is the one who is keeping us inspired to perform bhakti continuously. Okay, that does not mean when you get distracted, then you blame Krishna. Krishna, why you did not take care of my yoga? You don't say that. Okay, so you understand, if your desire to get distracted is so strong, Krishna will reciprocate with that desire also. Fine, I urged you in the form of super soul, I was giving you the consents that no, you should not be doing this mistake and all, but still you are so bent upon it. You have misused your independence. Fine, as fulfiller of everybody's desires, I will fulfill this desire also. That way. And Yogakshema has other imports also. See this. Yoga means I supply what they lack. Yoga means linking with Supreme. Means you are connecting with something. Why you have to connect with something? Because you lack something. Fine. So whatever you lack, Krishna will take care. Kshema means I preserve what you have. Whatever you have, Krishna will preserve and protect it. That is Kshema. So you don't have something, Krishna will give you that. You have something, Krishna will protect it. That's what Yoga Kshema Mahamyaham means. I carry what they lack and I preserve what they have. Okay. So this is another, I supply what they lack and I preserve what they have. This is another perspective of Yoga Kshema. Okay. And we have discussed only Yoga and Kshema till now. We have not discussed about Vahami and Aham. Okay. Vahami literally means carrying. Prabhupada uses the word carrying in his translation. I carry what they lack. Yoga is I supply what they lack, but Prabhupada uses the word carry because that carry is indicating Vahami. Vahami means carrying. You are carrying the burden of this bottle. Okay, it's like carrying. So that is, Krishna is saying this out of ecstasy. Krishna is very happy saying it. For Krishna, it's not necessary, or it's so effortless for Krishna to protect his devotee, to carry, to supply what they lack, and to protect what they have. Krishna need not personally do it. Okay, Krishna need not exert himself so much. But Krishna is using the word Vahami, means I carry the burden of their responsibility. Vahami word is used to indicate your effort to carry something. So you are carrying this, oh my God, you are unable to bear the burden of it. But you are just lifting it and carrying it from this Man Mandir till all the way to Vidyapit room. Okay, next 2 minutes or 3 minutes. So if it's so heavy, you say that I am carrying the burden of it, but I am happy carrying it. Okay. So Krishna, he says, although he can effortlessly do, but he will give special attention. He can outsource it to somebody else. Okay. Now somebody came to our campus and you have 10 assistants. You can always say, go and receive him, feed him prasad. But if you are personally going, that person must be really special. He's a special guest. That's why you personally go and receive him and welcome him, and then take him all the way to his room and spend some time with him and make sure that you need this, you need that, and then you come back. But if he's not that important, you have better engagements than attending to this guest, you will outsource it to someone. You will tell your assistant, okay, take care of him, and then you carry on with your other things, right? So Krishna says, when it comes to the comes to a devotee, Krishna says, I. Aham means I. He did not say my energies. He did not say my incarnations. He did not say my expansions. He says I. Aham vahami. I personally carry the burden of the responsibility of my devotee's protection. And he says vahami means I personally will do it. Just like Yashodamai was personally churning milk, buttermilk for Krishna, making butter for Krishna, because she understood that, she thinks that all my maid servants cannot do a better job of it. I have to personally do it. And that is her enthusiasm. She is very happy doing it. Although she was perspiring, she was getting exhausted, she has to get up so early in the morning so that Krishna wouldn't disturb her, but still she was personally doing it. Why? Out of love and affection. Similarly, Krishna is doing vahami and aham. Aham means I will personally do it. I will not outsource it to any of my expansions or energies. And secondly, vahami, I will carry the burden. I will perspire. I will exert myself while doing it. Means Krishna need not exert himself. He can effortlessly do. But even if it means to exert himself also, he will do it. He would like to do it. He need not carry the message of Yudhishthira Maharaj all the way till Duryodhan and have a peace negotiation. He could have sent anyone else as messenger. He did not drive Arjuna's chariot personally. Someone else could have done it. Chariot driver. Krishna can just be a consultant in the war, and driving job he could have given to someone else. But Krishna is personally doing it. Yogakshemam vahami aham. Is it clear? Yogakshemam vahami aham. We can elaborate a lot on this one line. So without Krishna's mercy, we cannot survive. Our bhakti, we cannot preserve our bhakti also. We are still continuing in the process of devotional service because Krishna is merciful. Krishna is doing this Yogakshemam Vahamyaham. The Lord helps the devotee to achieve Krishna consciousness by yoga, and when he becomes fully Krishna conscious, the Lord protects him from falling down to a miserable conditioned life. Once you come to Krishna consciousness, once you do Bhakti Yoga, Krishna will not allow you to fall down to lower species unless you are too bent upon it by misusing our independence. But Krishna will continue to protect us. Once you come here, it's my responsibility to protect. But if you are so adamant, I want to go out, okay, go out. But as long as you are here, it's my responsibility. And I want you to be here. If you want to go out, I will urge you, I will request you, I will plead you, please be here in this realm of Bhakti Yoga. But if you are so adamant and so arrogant, and if you cannot handle this, some people may get deviated from Bhakti Yoga also. And even if those deviants also, Krishna will give another opportunity in the next life at least. Fine, in this life you are so adamant, at least in the next life you can connect with me. You will create situations where you come in contact with devotees. Like that, once you come under the protection of Krishna, Krishna will give you life insurance or lifetime's insurance. So that that protection of Krishna is not restricted within one lifetime or within just a small phase of time only. For the rest of eternity, He will take care of you. Right? 23rd. So this is the advantage in worshipping Krishna. On the other hand, Krishna is coming back to his original topic of demigod worship. 23. येऽप्यन्य देवता भक्ता
येऽप्यन्य देवता भक्ता
यजन्ते श्रद्धयान्विताः
यजन्ते श्रद्धयान्विताः
तेऽपि मामेव कौन्तेय
तेऽपि मामेव कौन्तेय
यजन्ति अविधिपूर्वकम्.
यजन्त्यविधिपूर्वकम्.
But keeping Krishna aside, although Krishna is promising Yogakshema Vahamyaham, but still you keep Krishna aside and then you worship Anya Devata Bhakta. You worship some other devatas, the demigods or the universal administrators, who are in turn empowered by the Supreme Lord Krishna only. Yajante shraddhayanvitaha. If you worship those demigods with great shraddha, with great faith, tepi mameva kaunteya, then also you are worshipping Krishna only. Even those who worship the demigods are actually worshipping Krishna only, but yajanti avidhipurvakam. They are worshipping Krishna in a wrong way, indirect way. Because after all, the demigods are representatives of Krishna. And some people are worshipping demigods, but that worship is going to Krishna only. Okay. So, what is that sloka? Narayanayeti samarpayami. Kayena vacha manasendriyairva buddhyatmanava prakrite svabhavat karomi yadyat sakalam parasmaihi narayanayeti samarpayami. Even after worshipping so many demigods, at the end of the worship you will say, karomi yadyat sakalam parasmaihi. Whatever I have done with my body, with my mind, with my words, everything, I will do samarpan. I will just offer it to Narayana. So at the end of demigod worship, you are offering everything to Narayana. And some of the names of certain demigods are Vishnu Bhaktaya Namaha. Fine. They are representatives of the Lord. They themselves are great Vaishnavas. Shiva is a devotee of Lord Ramachandra. Okay. Brahma is a devotee of Lord Vishnu. And what to speak of Indra, Chandra, Varuna, Vayu, Ganesh and all these personalities. They are all different demigods who are actually servants of the Supreme Lord. So even if you worship them, the worship goes to Krishna. And even if these demigods happen to give some benedictions, those benedictions are actually coming from Krishna. With the power bestowed upon them by Krishna, these demigods can bestow any benediction upon their worshippers. It's not their own power. So, but that's why this kind of worship, of indirect worship, is avidhipurvakam. The right way of growing a plant is by watering the root and not the leaves and branches. And the right way of nourishing the body is to feed food to the stomach. Not, you can't put your gulab jamun in your nose, you can't take your chapati and put in your ears, you can't take rice and then put on your hands. Okay, I'm feeding my hands, and my hands need nourishment, my hands need strength. You can't do all that. You have to put in your mouth only. When the food goes to the stomach, all the limbs of the body will automatically get satisfied. Similarly, when the worship goes to Krishna, then all the demigods are also satisfied. Yah param brahmasa sakshat triguna jiva samyetat bhagavantam vasudevam prapannaha sapriyo hime. Who says this? Lord Shiva tells this to Prachetas. He says, oh Prachetas, all of you are worshipping the Supreme Lord Vasudeva. Because you are worshipping Vasudeva, you are very dear to me. I will give you all guidance and support and teachings so that you can worship Vasudeva better. Then he taught them Rudra Gita. Okay. Then similarly, the right way of worshipping the Supreme Lord is to serve him directly and not the demigods, who are his representatives in managing the affairs of this material world in the Lord's government. It is illegal to bribe the government representatives without following the rules and regulations of the government. So, worshipping the demigods is a wrong way of worshipping Krishna, vidhipurvakam, and thus they return to take birth in this material world. 24th sloka. Aham hi sarva yajnanam bhokta cha prabhureva cha natu mam abhijanati jananti tatve nascha chavanti cha natas chavanti cha chavantiti. Correct. So 23rd sloka, Krishna said, Yajanti avidhipurvakam. Worshipping someone else, other demigods, is worshipping, is the wrong way of worshipping me, avidhipurvakam. Why? Because I am the ultimate enjoyer of all worship. That's what he says here. Aham hi sarva yajnanam bhokta cha Prabhureva cha. I am the Bhokta, enjoyer, Prabhu, the master of all the sacrifices, of all kinds of rituals, of all kinds of worship that you do. Okay? And he is the giver of results also through the demigods. Even if somebody is worshipping some Indra, say, to get rain, the rain is ultimately supplied by Krishna. Krishna said it sometime back. See, where is that? Tapami aham, 19th sloka. Tapami aham varsham nigrahanami utsrujami cha. Rain is apparently given by Indra, but ultimately rain is given by Krishna, and it is withheld also by Krishna. So through this demigod Indra, sometimes rain is seemingly coming to this earth, and people are worshipping this Indra to get rains. So that worship goes to Krishna, and people are getting rains through Indra, but that rains are coming from Krishna. So worship goes to Krishna, benediction comes from Krishna. So better deal with Krishna. Okay, that's the whole point. That's why Krishna told the Vrajavasis, stop this Indra Yajna, worship Govardhan. I am telling. And in the form of Govardhan, Krishna ate all their offerings. So when the representative demigod becomes so puffed up and thinks himself to be the independent controller and independent bestower of all the benedictions upon living entities in general, Krishna has to humble him. Krishna has to tell him, relax. You are supposed to be my representative, and you are supposed to transfer all the worship that you are receiving to me, and you are taking all the worship for yourself and claiming credit. So then I have to sideline you. I have to accept everything. So that's why Krishna stopped Indra Puja and inaugurated this beautiful ceremony of Govardhan Puja, where Krishna in the form of Govardhan is a devotee, but Govardhan is also called Giriraj. And Govardhan is also Krishna. In the form of Govardhan, Krishna ate all the offerings. And in the form of Krishna, Krishna offered so many food items to Govardhan also. Krishna is everywhere. So, Natumam abhijananti tatvenataschavanti te. Therefore, those who do not recognize my true transcendental nature will fall down. Okay. Next, 25th sloka. Yanti devavrata devan pitrun yanti pitrvrataha bhutani yanti bhutejya yanti madhyajinopi mam yanti devavrata devan. Those who worship the demigods go to demigod planets. Yanti devavrata devan. You do vratas to worship the demigods, you go to demigod planets. Next, Pitrun yanti pitrvrataha. If one worships ancestors, they go to their planets. Bhutani yanti bhutejya. Those who worship ghosts, bhutas, they will go to ghostly planets. Yanti madhyajinopi mam. One who worships me will come to me. So any kind of worship will not lead you to the same destination. Your destination depends on your worship. Fine. So different types of worship will lead you to different destinations. So our destination thus depends on our choice to accept certain object of worship. The best choice, however, is to worship Krishna. Because if you go to Krishna Loka, you don't have to come back to this miserable material world again. As Krishna promised in the 8th chapter. Mamupetya punarjanma dukkhalayam ashashvatam napnuvanti mahatmanaha samsiddhim paramam gatim. And again, Mamupetya tu kaunteya punarjanma navidyate. Like that, Krishna several times promised, you worship me, you come to me. You don't have to take birth in this material world. Antakale cha mameva smaran muktva kalevaram yaha prayati samadbhavam yati nasti atra samshayaha. If you come to me without any doubt, you will stay with me only. Right? So in this way, Krishna is establishing the supremacy of the process of Bhakti Yoga and supremacy of Krishna Bhakti in specific. So it is only by worshipping the Supreme Lord Krishna, the speaker of Srimad Bhagavad Gita, we can get the ultimate deliverance. Thank you all very much. Srimad Bhagavad Gita ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai.